News 4 never stops.
A St. Louis police officer is shot half a dozen times. The gunman still on the run. At one point, police thought they had the suspect surrounded. News 4 closely following the investigation.
You're watching News 4 at 6 in high definition.
The officer did return fire. The good news, he also had his bulletproof vest on. We believe that certainly that bulletproof vest saved his life.
Dozens of evidence markers show where shell casings lie following a St. Louis police officer surviving those multiple bullet wounds. Thank you for joining us. News 4 has been following this story since the moment it happened at 8:30 this morning.
From the search for the gunman to witness reaction and the officer's condition, we're covering multiple angles to today's big story. Officer Joseph Heyman stopped a car at a gas station, Grand and Natural Bridge. Police say there were 4 inside that car, one of them in the back, striking the officer 6 to 8 times. Officer Heyman was able to return fire, but the gunman ran from the scene. 3 others are in custody. Our team coverage begins with the search for the gunman.
Dozens of officers surrounded a home for hours this afternoon, and News 4's Chris Nagus was there on the scene and joins us with more. Chris?
And Vicki, that search took place just a couple of blocks from here on Enright. Just to give you a better idea of where we are, we're not far, just a couple of blocks from Soldan High School. Now I can tell you that we saw the SWAT team out here, so were dozens of police officers. A standoff with a suspect lasted several hours, but when it was over, police realized they had the wrong guy. So now the search for the suspect who shot the officer continues. He is considered armed and dangerous. Just to give you an idea how dangerous police might consider this guy, they kept us several blocks back from the scene. Several residents were evacuated from their homes, and they also issued a restriction keeping our helicopter 2 miles away from the scene, and I can tell you that does not happen very often. Investigators tell us they know who the suspect is, and at this hour they are working to find him. Of course, if there are any changes, we will bring them to you on the air and on KMOV.com. For now, reporting live, Chris Nagus, News 4.
All right, thanks, Chris. Officer Heyman is out of surgery. Matt Cesny at the hospital. Big question we all want to know is, how's he doing?
Well, Larry, they tell us he is in critical condition tonight after a long surgery here at St. Louis University Hospital. In fact, we got word after 4 o'clock this afternoon that he was finally out of surgery. Doctors here, though, say they believe he will survive. His vest, it seems, really did its job here, since police are telling us he was struck 6 to 8 times by bullets in the shooting. The news here, of course, is a great deal of relief to the department and to the officers who were here with him at the emergency room. Officer Heyman, of course, was rushed here immediately after the shooting and went right into the operating room. Again, though, he is out of surgery now in critical condition and is expected to pull through. That is the good news. We're live in South St. Louis. Matt Cesny, News 4.
That is the good news, and our prayers are with them. Thank you very much, Matt. This all unfolded near Fairgrounds Park. There have been a number of shootings in that area recently, some of them fatal. News 4's Mark Cox is live tonight at police headquarters to tell us what police and witnesses say happened this morning. Mark?
Well, we know at this point, Vicki, that police are still waiting to talk to the officer to get the full details. But from what they can tell, this was a routine traffic stop this morning, which ended with this senseless shooting of Officer Joe Heyman. The corner of Grand and Natural Bridge there was pretty crowded this morning at 8:30 with residents and commuters when the officer pulled over that car full of 4 men. He happened to do it in the parking lot of a mobile gas station. One witness tells me she saw the officer kneeling by his car as she drove by, but she had no idea that he'd been shot. Another says he saw the officer fall down, but he was afraid to run to that lot because he didn't know if the shooter was still shooting. At least 24 shell casings were marked at the scene. Neighbors in that area tell me hearing gunfire is all too common.
It appeared that whoever the shooter was ran up to the officer and initiated the shooting. So that tells you that this guy did not want to be questioned.
I was terrified because, you know what I'm saying, this ain't the only shooting for real. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple days ago, they had a shot up here on Grand, up here. Somebody got killed.
Police do have surveillance video not only from the gas stations but from inside the police car, I'm told. Now, as busy as that intersection was, witnesses say they were really surprised nobody else was hit because they counted at least 25 bullet casings at the scene there. Police have vowed to find whoever did this shooting, and today the chief strongly urged that individual to turn himself in before police have to track him down. Reporting live downtown, Mark Cox, News 4.
Mark, thank you very much for your report. A week ago, a March for Peace and a prayer vigil in the very same neighborhood. City police told us they will increase patrols in that area around Fairground Park. Mayor Slay and Chief Isom were there in a show of support a week ago. Authorities say there is an ongoing gang war in that area. Last week there were 2 murders, 4 reported shootings as well. One of those killed was an innocent bystander.